In recent years, governments across Europe and the rest of the world have pledged to support the production and dissemination of ultra-low emission vehicles. In contrast, several major car brands have produced electric cars or plan to do so. Some car manufacturers, such as British carmaker Bentley, have promised that all their products will be plug-in based in the near future. Do you know how EV cars work? If yes, amazing! But if you don't, then this video is only for you. So watch this video until the end to discover how EV cars work. While electric vehicles, especially electric cars, have only just developed and become part of a popular trend in recent years, their history stretches back further than you might think. The first electric car was built in the 1830s in Aberdeen, Scotland, and the technology was so successful that electric taxis were on the streets of London by the end of the century. However, due to the drop in oil prices, their popularity did not last, and fossil fuel cars quickly took over. As the production of more reliable, accessible electric vehicles has become much cheaper, in addition to climate concerns and their meagre operating costs, electric vehicles are increasingly being widely produced and more popular. Over the next decade, we will see a dramatic increase in the number of electric cars on our roads, as well as other electric vehicles travelling on the tracks, the skies and the seas, as vehicle petrol and diesel engines are being phased out of production and in some cases banned from sale. When we think of electric vehicles, we most often think of any vehicle that uses electricity to run instead of running on fossil fuels, gasoline or diesel. While this is quite common, the term electric vehicle or EV covers any vehicle powered by an electric motor or traction engine rather than an internal combustion engine. This includes cars and electric trucks, planes, trains, boats, and 2- and 3-wheelers. In this video, we will use the term electric vehicle or EV to refer to electric cars. As there are now an estimated 1.4 billion automobiles worldwide, cars are considered the most popular type of vehicle today. Thus, an electric vehicle can be defined as any vehicle that uses one or more electric motors or traction motors for propulsion. While the specifics of how an electric vehicle will operate, depending on what type of EV it is, they all work the same way. All electric vehicles run on electric motors. This draws power from a pile of batteries, and in most cases, electric cars must be plugged in to recharge these batteries. In earlier iterations of EVs, these batteries were in the lead-acid category. But today, most electric vehicles will use lithium-ion batteries because they are far superior and can store more energy. 2 engines can be used, one on each of the car's 2 axles to provide 4-wheel drive. Today, all electric motors are essentially AC. They rotate when the rotor chases an alternating magnetic field induced by an alternating current. Older electric motors were DC, brushes that used a mechanical brush to generate alternating current. These have a high failure rate that makes them unsuitable for commercial electric cars. There are 3 main types of electric cars, classified by the amount of electricity used as their power source. These are battery electric vehicles, plug-in hybrid electric vehicles, and hybrid electric vehicles. There are exceptions in addition to these 3 main EVs, such as range extenders or fuel cell vehicles. If you've gotten this far, be sure to smash the subscribe button for more awesome content. A battery electric vehicle, often referred to as an all-electric or all-electric vehicle, is a vehicle equipped with a rechargeable battery as the sole source of electricity. These cars do not have gasoline engines at all. The BEV or BEV stores power on board with a high-capacity battery pack. Their battery power is then used to run the electric motor and onboard electronics. Due to the absence of ice, the BEV does not emit any harmful emissions at all. BEVs are charged electrically from an external power source, with their charges classified according to how quickly the battery recharges. Examples of BEVs include the Tesla Model 3, BMW i3, Volkswagen e-Golf, and Hyundai Ioniq. A plug-in hybrid electric vehicle combines a battery with an electric motor with economical petrol or diesel engine. It can be inferred from the name PHEVs can be recharged by plugging in an external power source. Alternatively, PHEVs can also be powered by engines and generators on board, and they can replace electricity from the grid for gasoline. This is known as regenerative braking, a process in which an electric motor helps slow down and brings the used vehicle to a stop, using some of the energy that would typically be converted into heat by braking. The HEV starts its journey with an electric motor, then the ICE motor steps in when the load or speed increases. HEVs are very similar to PHEVs, except they cannot be plugged in. Electricity can only be generated through regenerative braking. Examples of HEVs include Toyota Prius Hybrid, Honda Civic Hybrid, and Toyota Camry Hybrid. Some electric cars get their electricity from hydrogen fuel cells instead of batteries. Therefore, these vehicles are called fuel cell vehicles. Although many different types of hydrogen fuel cells are available today, most of them share the same operating principle. They combine hydrogen and oxygen to generate electricity and water. Since this chemical process powers hydrogen fuel cell cars, they do not need to be recharged and can be driven as long as they are fueled by hydrogen. Filling a car with a gas can take less than 5 minutes, with the average range of a hybrid fuel cell car being around 300 to 350 miles. Two hydrogen fuel cell vehicle examples are the Toyota Mirai and the Hyundai Nexo. All hybrid cars are powered by a combination of ICE and electric motors. Whether a vehicle is a mild hybrid or a hybrid depends entirely on whether the electric motor can support the vehicle on its own. Electric motors cannot power a car on their own. The car only uses the electric motor to support the engine during acceleration and journey in the mild hybrid version. However, in a fully hybrid vehicle, the electric motor can power the vehicle on its own. ICE only works when more power is needed or when higher speeds are reached. An electric vehicle can be charged by plugging it into an outlet or charger. Charging units are increasingly being found in more and more public places as the popularity of electric vehicles grow, and you're usually never too far from the nearest unit. Common locations for charging points include parking lots and fuel stations. BEV and PHEV sales crossed the 2 million mark for the first time in 2019. The latest predictions for the electric vehicle market are also strong. You may enjoy this video here. Until next time, thank you for watching.